Well, as we've heard there, the West Tigers will be seeking a new head coach after today's sacking of Jason Taylor. It is the second time Taylor has had a coaching contract terminated after he was let go from South Sydney in 2009. For more on this, I'm joined by sports psychologist Dr. Patsy Tremaine. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Tremaine. Now, we see coaches sacked here, even the same coaches sacked several times, overseas as well. Does poor performance of a team come down to the coach in most cases?
It seems to. In actual fact, the professional effectiveness of a coach, it has a very narrow measurement, which is not always in the control of the coach, and that is winning and losing. There are so many other factors which come into play.
And yet, does it seem that essentially results are the reason? They're looking at results and a decision is made from there.
Yes.
So, does more money on the line, and as the years pass, more and more money pumped into sport, does that equal less tolerance on the part of allowing a team to come together with their coach?
That could be one of the factors. I think another factor is the technology. Everything is so fast these days. Decisions are made quickly. I think there is less collaboration. In fact, it has been shown in scientific communities in the States that there is less collaboration since the advent of smartphones in 2007, 2008.
Now, we don't know if this is the case in Jason Taylor's case, but what is this notion of the coach losing the dressing room, which can often be given as a reason?
Well, it reminds me, when you mention that, of working with an international coach from another country who was out here with his team. And he felt he lost the dressing room because a couple of the players were toxic. They had been there for years, they were very, very good, but they were in the ear of the younger players. And he, as a coach, did not feel he had the dressing room's full attention.
And I mean, further to that, Bela Gutmann, the famous Hungarian coach, he famously said that the third season was fatal. Is there a notion that an unchanged team coach dynamic can have a shelf life in that respect?
Look, I don't think that would apply if the team was winning and getting to a grand final every year. I don't think it would apply. But when a team is up and down and they're not so tolerant of the downs being for any length of time, so yes, there could be a shake-up.
Now, you obviously speak to both players and coaches when this sort of upheaval takes place. How do they feel when this happens?
Well, they have the public voice, which is for the media, and then there's a lot of churning going on inside as well. Some players were very attached to the previous coach and find it very difficult. Others who might be young or inexperienced, they have different feelings, but they try to put on a public voice, I think.
And how do they pick up the pieces? Because often there's an interim coach and then they await to hear who will be the next coach.
I think if they've got a very strong captain and strong leadership within the team, they can pick up those pieces. But if not, then probably they're going to have a bit of churning for a while.
On the flip side, do you think coaches maybe get too much credit, therefore, when a team is going so well?
Well, it depends on the factors for going well. You can get a fairly ineffectual coach who is actually winning a lot simply because the team players are so talented. And then you can get a very good coach who is not winning because he doesn't have the resources, he or she, they don't have the resources or they don't have the talent.
And a new coach coming in, they have to hit the ground running, and
They
obviously
certainly
results
do.
top of mind. What are their biggest challenges there coming into a new team like that? It's a circuit breaker, of course.
Yes. I think gaining the respect, being fair to everybody, and primarily great communication. They have to be flexible. They have to be people who can be succinct and clear in what they say so that the athletes get it. And if they don't communicate well, they've got a problem.
Yeah. Sports psychologist Dr. Patsy Tremaine, thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome.